Hi and welcome to Stamping with Linda, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is my 23rd in my series of creative folds, and we are going to go back into the circle card thinlits to make this card. If you remember last week, we did this card, which is done with the thinlits that has just been released by Stampin' Up. But today we're going to learn how to extend that card out further. So let's get started. I'm going to bring in the Big Shot with the magnetic plate. I am looking for the magnetic plate to be back, to be ordered in the next week or so. So if you are not on my email list, you need to get on that by visiting stampingwithlinda.com so that you know when that is released. So before I used a special size piece of paper. Today we are using a 5.5 by 8.5 piece. I am taking the knife side of my thinlits and I'm going to just take the paper. Actually, I cut this just a hair smaller than 5.5 because what I want to do is put the paper underneath the blades. That way it is only going to cut where the blades are. So I've got that. I'm going to take my mat and run that through, and yes, there's a lot of snap, crackle, and pop. That is normal. So when I bring that card base up, you will see that it cut here, but because it went under the knives, it did not cut, but did give me a line for scoring. I'm also going to go in, the thinlits circles has 10 different pieces. I'm going to use that scallop piece. I have also used 2 Halloween sets, plus the tags for you. This stamp I used with Versamark and heat and stick powder. Used the black glitter so that I've got some real shine going on there, and I've cut that out since I've already got my Big Shot out. So let's go back to our card base. I want to do mountain fold first, valley fold, and then I'm going to do valley fold again. And right where that score line or line from that frame mat just makes a nice extended card so that you can write. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Witch's Brew Designer Series paper. This measures 2 3/8 by 5, and I'm going to place that right along here. I'm going to open my flap, take a piece of very vanilla. This measures 2 3/8 by 5. I'm going to put that on my flap. Black is kind of boring, so I'm going to go in with my washi tape and do some stripes on my card. So just about like so. Find my scissors and trim that off. Remember a couple days ago I gave you the tip about using your bread wrappers to put on your washi tape to keep them in the ends where you can get at them. Makes making the cards so much easier. I'm finding the washi tape so many times I want a little more border, and the washi tape just allows me to do that. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to use the 3rd size. Washi tape comes in 3 different sizes per pack. Both rolls have 5 yards to it. So still this inside panel is a little boring. I need to take that off. There we go. Cut that. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back in that Big Shot. This time I'm going to be using that platform that comes with the Big Shot, and tab 1. I'm going to be using my adorning accents. I am finding that I'm using these much more with the washi tape because it just adds a nice border with your washi tape. Remembering that the side that has the Stampin' Up! On it is the side that's going to raise up. So I want it to be raised up on this end. I'm going to line that up with my washi tape and run that through my Big Shot. Oops, and of course I moved it. So let's pull that back, try it one more time. Seem to be all fingers this morning. So I've got that. Next we're going to go in and finish that card up. So again, this flap folds over, this like so. Going to take that scallop with the Trick or Treat and put that on the front. So nice that the different thinlits interact. Gonna go in Eat If You Dare. Put that on the back side. I have went in with the Holiday Bash stamp set already and stamped on the pumpkin pie with the heat and stick powder and the black glitter. Cut out a little bat. I'm going to add that to my card there. And there you have a fun card. This is my card this month for my downline, for top sales, and for recruiting. But one more thing I want to show you, and that is the Stampin' Up! Envelope Punch Board. I am loving this. You have measurements for 66 different envelope sizes. What you do is you look down and find your card size, and then it tells you what size paper to cut. So I am using a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, so I need an 8 by 8 piece of paper to make my envelope, and it tells me to score it on the 3 1/2 inch mark. So if you look at the ruler, for those that have been ruler challenged, it tells us 4 7/8, 4 3/4, all spelled out for us. So again, I'm going to double check myself. I need to score at 3 1/2. So I'm going to put my edge of my paper in my 3 1/2. Look at our bone folder is hidden right there. I'm going to go in and find my score diagonal and score just like so and punch the corner. Then I'm going to flip it. That's the last time I need to measure it. Now what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see from the video, but I'm going to take my score line and line it up with this little piece there. I don't know what that's called. And I'm going to punch again, go in and find that score line, flip, score line. This is the greatest thing I have seen in a while. Very cool to make those envelopes. It's only $19.95, and if you check on my website, you will see I'm going to be offering a product bleeds class, and part of that class is you will get that punch board in your class fee. So just going to fold that envelope up like so. I could use this side of the paper, but I really like this side better. Going to add some adhesive. So anyways, if you live locally and would like to try out that class and get this punch board and learn some fun things to do with it, make sure you sign up. So I've got my card now matching my envelope. How fun is that? Thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon.